Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard this afternoon or this morning if you're tuning in right early as we get set up set up game number 3 for the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. It is, of course, a split series coming back to Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, the capital of our beautiful province of Alberta. I do want to pass along a little note for all those facing evacuation orders up north, hoping you're safe. And once again, it is just tough to see that happening again this summer. But again, just wanted to pass along. Hope everybody's safe wherever you're finding the video this evening. And let's get to it, I guess, friends, as the Edmonton Oilers go out and make some news this morning, thanks to Chris Knobloch, head coach, as you go see here. Number one, it will be Leon Draisaitl playing tonight in Game 3 against the Vancouver Canucks. This officially confirmed by Chris Knobloch just moments ago. Adding that Draisaitl could play left wing with Connor McDavid or center his own line depending on how the Canucks line up and their deployments. So, last game out in the post game last time where I'm like, injury, right? I think the Oilers really allowed the media, the circus that is social media, to play up Leon Draisaitl's whatever the heck went wrong with him truly when Tyler Myers elbowed him in the back. And I'm not saying it's a vicious elbow that should have been a penalty or anything. That's just kind of the primary area that caught Draisaitl in the back there. But it's kind of one of those situations for the Oilers where it was out of their control no matter what. But it almost worked to their advantage because you see Draisaitl's this big circus of a media spectacle going into Game 2, and then he adds 4 points in a 4-3 OT victory and looks pretty dang dominant doing it, right? That top line alongside Matthias Ekholm and Evan Bouchard absolutely dummied the Canucks every second they were on the ice. So when it comes to it now, you go back to kind of how it was in Game 1. You get some goaltending like you did in Game 2 at times from Stuart Skinner, and suddenly you got a good formula. Or if Mr. Draisaitl's even healthier than in Game 2, you go out there and run it back like you did in Game 2, and oh my goodness, the results, unless the Canucks have some kind of clear answer for it, are going to be even better than a 1-goal difference in overtime. So that's, of course, what was going on early this morning. Number 2, the lineup note as well. Adam Henrique is ruled out for Game 3. Connor Brown will come into the lineup for Game number 3. So keep that in mind. Connor Brown's already seen one game in this series. He will see a second one, his second of the playoffs one, might believe. I think I'm pretty sure on that. As Henrique kind of was a non-factor, right? He played almost 12 minutes the other night, but he was more or less a non-factor for the Edmonton Oilers going into their game against the Canucks in Game 2. So maybe the formula being, if you've got a non-factor, unhealthy body in the lineup and you win 4-3 in overtime, now Draisaitl's ready to rip, and you insert a guy that has that little go-go engine like Connor Brown. Not saying he's a huge difference maker based on what we've seen this year in this Oilers lineup, but he's a guy that just kind of earns valuable minutes in the offensive zone sometimes by putting a stick in the lane, by getting a stick in the puck kind of on a pass from the Canucks defenders or whoever's defending against him. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what Connor Brown can bring, but also primary focus is on just how dominant Leon Draisaitl will be tonight and how dominant the Oilers offense will be, because again, the media circus around Leon Draisaitl kind of built into what was an epic victory in Game 2 in overtime, and now we'll see what they do for an encore here in Game number 3. Friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV live at 6:50 p.m. this evening as we get set for Game number 3 at Rogers Place, home ice for the Oilers, and oh boy, is it going to be loud in that building tonight. I will catch you then. I am up on out of here.